Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Elia. This is Chel, and I will be your teacher for today.
Okay.
Okay, so here, before we start with our article, please say something about yourself first.
What topic I want to discuss, you mean?
Maybe something about yourself. Like, what do
Myself?
you do? Yes.
I don't want to talk about my personal information.
mm, okay, it's all right. So here, Elia, please tell me what article did you choose for today?
I'd like to discuss the topic entitled City Living and Mental Health.
Living and mental health. Okay, let me turn it first because I have my copy as well. Okay, so I believe you have already checked this one.
Yes, I've read it.
That's good to know then. So please tell me, give me a quick summary of what the book or the article all about.
Okay, the number of people uh, who moved to the city has been on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they moved to the city is they want to get better jobs and more cultural activities. But based on experts, they said natural environment and green spaces are good for our mental health. Activities in nature, outdoor activities in nature, reduce the symptoms of ADHD, and we have a low possibility to have psychosis. So yeah, they said it's better to live in the country.
In the countryside.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, very good. So here, Elia, do you live in the city or in the countryside?
Um, it's a little bit yeah fake that where
Mm-mm.
I live. Uh, I think I live in a city, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like Seoul.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go outside further away, then I can see a lot of green spaces. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I think in the middle of the a city and the country.
Oh, okay. So it's like you're having the convenience of both areas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
um, and on the other hand, yeah, I have uh, both disadvantages of.
Yes.
Yeah,
Actually, that is what I and some of my students were talking about because both areas are good, but at the same time, they both have disadvantages, right?
yeah, right.
Okay. Now, going to this one. Okay. Let's check this. Here. Why do you think people choose to live in the city?
Yeah, it mentioned that people want to get better jobs and more cultural activities. Yeah, in city, yeah, in city we can get many. There are many jobs we can get, but in the country, jobs are limited. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and we can only do um, culture. I mean, we can only do farm activities. Farm. How can I
Mm-hmm.
say?
Farm jobs.
Yeah, farm jobs. So yeah, people don't want to be a farmer. They want to a
Mm-hmm.
decent job and they want to make more money. Then that's why people yeah want to move to cities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is correct. Okay. Elia, please try to say countryside then of country, okay? Because when we say country, that's the whole Korea.
Oh no, if I say the country, then it means it's countryside, as I know.
Also, that's how you say it.
And I said in the country. I didn't say in all
Ah,
countries. So if I say the country, it means yeah, countryside.
okay. So let's take a look at this one. What are the other outdoor activities that people in the city can do?
In the city, outdoor activities. Oh,
Mm-mm.
there are many good facilities, and yeah, there are many parks.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, yeah, in my city, there is a lake, and around the lake, we can do um, we can play in the sand with my kids. Actually, I have
Mm-hmm.
two kids, so I don't
Wow.
want to. I'm not a person who enjoy. I'm not a person who enjoys outdoor activities, but because
Mm-hmm.
of my kids, I try to go outside. And anyway, in my city, um, there are many facilities that my city provides people to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when I go to um, what is that? Oh, the lake park. We call it
Mm-mm.
lake park. So there are many things, and one thing is, yeah, my kids can play in the sand, and
Mm, wow.
another one is yeah, there are really uh, spacious area, so my kids can ride bicycles, or yeah, they can go skateboarding.
Mm-hmm. So I think this place is really wide and can accommodate a lot of people all at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay, that's good. So here, what do you think? Okay, going to the disadvantages now. Okay,
Mhm.
because it says here that where was it? Here, um, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD are now present with kids, especially if they are always working or they are always in the city doing the things, right, that are not close to nature. So, what do you think can parents do, okay, in order to fix this problem?
Oh, you mean the families who live in
Mm-mm.
a city?
In the
Okay.
city.
Uh-huh. So yeah, but I don't know about, yeah, maybe people who live in New York, they have a difficulty having outdoor
Mm-hmm.
activities. But if they go further, I mean, if they drive 1 or 2 hours, then
Mm-hmm.
they can enjoy outdoor activities in nature. So, but in Korea, even we live in Seoul, um, the Seoul tried to offer people natural environment even in the city. So yeah, there are many parks, and we go to the park. Uh, we can. There are a lot of trees, and yeah, if I think if we go to the park,
Mm-mm.
we can feel the fresh air.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and we also yeah go, if we drive 1 or 2 hours, then yeah, we can feel the nature.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is really good. And it is also mentioned here in the article that city living might hurt our mental health, right? Why do or what is your opinion about this phrase?
Could you tell me what the phase is?
It's in page 6, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. What did they
On the
say?
other hand, I will read it for you. On the other hand, mental health experts say some research suggests that city living might hurt our mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, do you agree with these statements?
Yeah, if they don't do any outdoor activities and they stay at home or at the office, then yeah, I think yeah, mm, it can hurt their mental health because
Mhm.
in my opinion we have to be associated with the
Mhm.
nature. Yeah, so if we don't go outside, we can't get enough sunlight, then yeah, it is really bad for our health. So yeah, I believe yeah, it is true.
Mm-mm. Yes, okay. That is actually correct. Because just to share something, nowadays most of people who tend to work in the city focus on working only, right?
Mm-hmm,
They don't actually give time or enough time for them to get in touch with the nature and be calm, like to simply relax.
mm-hmm,
hmm Now, let's take a look at this. Uh, what are or Michelle says that someone who lives in the city is three times more likely to develop psychosis than someone who lives in the country. We're going to talk about country this time. Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, what are the advantages of living in the countryside?
Advantage,
Yes.
um, people who live in the country can relax,
Mhm.
and uh, maybe they are busy, but after the sun goes down, yeah, after the
Mhm.
sunset,
Sunset.
yeah, after the sunset, it's a little bit difficult to work. So
Mhm.
I think they have enough time to relax compared to
Mhm.
people who are really busy in the city. So yeah, and yeah, that can be one advantage. People can relax, yeah, with certain amount of time, and
Mhm.
another one can be uh, yeah, they can feel the nature. Uh, they can breathe in fresh air,
Mhm.
and they can play in the nature. So kids can play in the sand. And as I heard, in the sand there are really good materials. Can I say materials? Um,
Components will be.
okay, components.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, that is also yeah good aspect of living in the country.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Now, since it is mentioned here by an American Psychiatry Association that natural environment or green spaces do much for good mental health. Okay, now I want you to give me at least two. Okay, two ways to keep our mind healthy.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Let me repeat. Give me
Okay,
two things.
I thought you will give me two
No,
things.
no, I'm
Uh,
waiting. Sorry. Give me two things that we can do to
uh-huh,
keep our mind
uh-huh.
healthy.
Um, hmm, so you mean if we live in the nature,
Yes.
healthy? I don't know. Well, just I already answered. Yeah, we can relax. We are not
Mm-hmm.
busy. Then yeah, that can be one thing we can be healthy mentally. And yeah, live in the nature. Yeah, it says it is helpful for us feel happy or yeah, calm us, make yeah, nature can calm us. So
Yes. Okay, and another thing that the researchers gave us here is that being outdoors, seeing trees, Hearing bird songs, seeing the sky, and
Mhm.
feeling in contact with nature were associated with higher levels of mental well being.
Mhm.
hmm So just like what you have mentioned a while ago, that you are not an outgoing person, right? You don't really like doing activities outside, but for
Mhm.
your kids, you do it.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
how do you keep your mind healthy?
Mm, it's a really difficult problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a difficulty controlling my mind. Um,
Really?
yeah, because when I'm busy or when I think I'm not doing well, then I got stressed a lot, and sometimes I can't
Mm.
handle it. So yeah, my husband said um, I shout at him, or yeah, other people can feel I I'm stressful. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, it's
But you are
not.
not aware of it.
I feel it because
Mm-mm.
a little bit, not. I mean, sometimes yeah, I know when I have a lot of things to do, but I think I don't have enough time. Then I
Mm-mm.
get anxious, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I feel I'm really nervous or angry. So, but I
Oh.
didn't know how can I say, I take out my anger or nervousness on other people.
Okay, so it's like you're not aware that you tend to vent out on other
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
I also had that problem before. It's like whoever I saw first, then I went out
Oh,
in not so
first.
nice way. Yeah, it really
Wow.
happened, right? But for me, what I usually do right now, or I actually am doing this for a couple of years already, whenever I feel angry, I will go to the restroom,
Mhm.
take a deep breath first, or
Mhm.
try to organize my self first before I go out and talk to another people. That way, I can control or hold on to my emotions.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, when I take out on my husband, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize, yeah, I'm angry then. But after time passed, and then I think about what I have done, then yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was angry, and yeah, I did something to my husband or my kids, uh, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized it. If I yeah, sometimes I feel I'm really angry, but most of the time I didn't know, yeah, I was angry.
Mm-mm.
That's the problem.
Yes, we sometimes are unconscious
Mm-hmm.
about our responding to this. Wow, I think this material is really good. I think I will visit the park after the shift just to feel
Uh-huh.
connected with the nature again. Yes, we
Yeah.
sometimes have to do that.
Ah,
Okay.
and
Mm-mm.
nowadays I take out, how can I say, I take her out for a
Mm-mm.
walk. I take out for a walk every day with my husband, and I get enough sunshine. And I think, yeah, it really helps me calm down. So my
Mm-hmm.
husband said nowadays I don't get angry that much compared to the past. So I think this article is, yeah, true, that nature affects
mm.
a lot. Nature affects people a lot, and yeah, it can help us calm down.
Wow, I think we are both having realizations now.
Okay.
Okay, Elia, you know what? I really enjoyed listening to how you express yourself because you really are good. I can say that you really are good because you can correct yourself
Mhm.
in a snap of a time, and that is really good sign that you can hear what you are saying. Okay,
Okay.
always practice because there is always a room for improvement. Okay, but
Okay.
all in all, you really did a great job, and I was so impressed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you as well. I'm looking forward to have you in my future classes. Okay, so please enjoy. the rest of the day. Okay?
Okay,
Bye
goodbye.
bye.